Hey guys, Typical-Xylis here, co-founder of Team Typical. I'm here with my buddy Typical Sloth, and today we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves and how we started this whole Typical Team Typical thing. So my name is Evan, also known as Typical-Xylis. I first started off playing games around 8 or 9 on the PlayStation 2. I started playing Star Wars Battlefront, and I fell in love with this game. I started to play it almost every day and realized I had a connection with video games. About 11, I was finally able to persuade my brother into letting me try out Call of Duty Black Ops. Yes, the first one, and I loved it. There was something so unique about it that I really enjoyed. I remember making my first class, leveling up, and using the sniper rifle called the L96A1. I know a lot of you guys probably know that, and a lot of you guys probably loved that. After I made this, uh, After I made this class, I loved sniping. It just fit me. I became a sniper. And I've always been a sniper kind of guy, and that's what influenced my old name, Scopey. My playstyle is pretty much stay back, snipe, play a little more casual, not the run and gun, you know. And that's what makes me different than most players. I'm not an aggressive type of player. I like playing defense and, you know, taking the game as it comes in. That's not saying I like to just sit on the side of the map the whole match and just get mats the whole time and then have 2 kills last zone. I still like to get the high kill games, but I'd rather be safe with it and, you know, progress my way there. So, when my friends first told me about Fortnite, I thought it was kind of a joke, but then after some consideration, I was like, alright, I'll buy a PS4 and I'll play it with you guys. So I tried it out. I started to play it every day because that's the only game they played, and I really got a feel for the game. I loved it, especially the sniping aspect, because it was different than Call of Duty's hit scan. You actually had to think of where the person was going to go and when they were going to move, how fast they were. You had to think of bullet drop, how far they were. It was way different than Call of Duty. It was so much harder. But I loved it. I adjusted and found myself being really good at it, and that's where I took off. I now play Fortnite on average about 30 hours a week. Um, just so fun, and especially when you're this good at a game and this game doesn't compare to any others. I still love to play old games such as Halo. I'm excited for the new one to come out. And old CODs, even World War II, BO3 maybe. I still play some BO4 every once in a while. But for now, Fortnite holds a special place in my heart, and that's where I want to take it further and make an organization out of it. I'm interested in making this organization because I thought it'd be cool, and I just wanted to try something different. You don't see really many teenagers going out and starting an organization. So I think it'd be really cool with my buddy Sloth, and I think we could really make something out of this. Now he's going to talk a little bit about himself, and then we'll talk more into the actual team.
Yeah, can you hear me? Check, mic.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so I'm Sloth, obviously, one of the founders. Kind of like Xylis, I've always been playing games. I pretty much started on Xbox 360. Not quite as old as him, but kind of started on Halo. That was the only shooting game I was allowed to play because it wasn't too gory, not any blood or anything like that. Because I couldn't play any other games, I pretty much only played that, and I got every single Halo, and I beat every single one. I didn't really back then play too much PvP. I wasn't really into it. Eventually, I convinced my parents to let me get a Call of Duty game, and that's kind of when the more competitive side of playing games kicked in. Advanced Warfare was the first game that I kind of grinded, so to speak. I had lots and lots of hours on that. I spent more money than I probably should have on it. But Destiny is kind of where gaming changed for me. I would say I was borderline addicted to it. I played it all the time, and I think as of now, I have almost 600 hours on it. Black Ops 3 is the first game that I ever played on PC, though. I remember the Christmas before Black Ops 3 came out, I got my gaming laptop. It was an Alienware laptop, and I grinded that one out constantly. I was probably also addicted to that, and I remember that was the first Call of Duty game I prestiged on. When Fortnite came out, I hated it. I was much more of a fan of more realistic games like Destiny was, kind of, Halo, Call of Duty. I think I'd played Battlefield before at that time. Um, I think when I switched to PC is when I started to like it. I I like to say I became like one of the better players in my friend group. Um, October of 2018 is when I started my YouTube streaming journey. I started on YouTube and I racked up about 200 subs. And I decided that I was going to switch to Twitch just because of accessibility to features for smaller streamers like the bits and the subs. You don't have to wait till you get 1,000 subscribers to make any money. Playstyle wise, I'm pretty much the opposite of Xylis. I try to play aggressive. Across all games, I've always enjoyed shotgunning more than sniping. It might be because I never really got good at sniping, but I've always been pretty decent at shotgunning. And then streaming wise, I'm a bit more serious. I typically leave it to my friends to kind of provide the entertainment. And that's about me. Okay. Whew. So do you want to talk about why we started Team Typical?
I mean, yeah. If you
Okay.
So
So Xylis is actually the one who came to me with the idea, so I'll let him talk.
So really, what made me tell Sloth about this is I think I was just watching some Friday Fortnite the other day, and I was like, these dudes got some pretty cool names, like people you've never heard of. And also, I've been watching Fortnite streams the week qualifiers. I don't know if you know that, but you see some really cool clan names in there, and I looked them up, and I was like, okay, these dudes aren't even really that big. They're part of a small clan that has maybe 1,000, 2,000 followers on Instagram. So I was like, yeah, we could easily make that big. So I really thought about it for about a week, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna tell my friends. They'll probably like it. I told my friends, and Sloth was really the only one that actually cared. He's like, yeah, I think it's cool. We could go somewhere with it. So I invested my time into that, and I trusted him. I think he trusted me, and now I think we're just getting started on something that could be really big. And what made me choose typical was it's just typical. Like, it's not too much, I don't think, and it's not too little. It's typical. I know there's, a couple of smaller clans named typical, but I feel like this is right here. This is the clan that is going to blow up, and we're going to be Team Typical forever. And so I thought it was cool, and me and Sloth are really the only ones out of our friend group that actually wanted to take this to a different level. And yeah, we got our haters, people that don't think we're going to make it anywhere, which is cool. I'm fine with that. You're always going to have them. You have to start at the bottom, make to the top. And that's why I wanted to take this journey and go somewhere big. And now we'll have Sloth's point of view from this.
Yeah, so I kind of think that one of the main reasons I'm like a very big asset to the team and helping it kind of get rolling is I've had experience trying to promote myself as a streamer on social media and trying to grow a following. So I've had experience with that, and also I feel like, especially for mine Xylis's age, it's very professional. I think the content that we're putting out, it's not just kind of thrown together in 5 minutes. And I'd say I wanted to start a clan organization. I'd say it kind of helps for one, other smaller streamers get big. You can kind of grow off of each other. Like the streamer helps the clan helps the streamer. And I mean, like you said, it's pretty cool to see like smaller clans actually competing and like actually doing well in Fortnite events. So that's my take on it.
Now you want to talk about like why we're choosing Fortnite as our main game?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
All right, so I think we should start on Fortnite first off because Fortnite's different than any other game ever created.
Agreed.
no game ever has been like Fortnite. Fortnite opens so many holes for people to make it big. Like you see these people you never even heard of before just blow up off of this game like no other. Like how many of you guys knew about Tfue before FaZe found him, you know? Or even Ninja. I mean, I bet a couple of you probably watched his Halo and his H1Z1 PUBG. But like Fortnite is a game where anything can blow up, and that's why I think we should choose this game, is because it's so unique, so different, and it's like perfect for small people to get known. Like,
Also, kind of on that, games like Overwatch, there's already like the 500, 100 people that are like that rank high every single season. So those are the people that are getting like attention. But with Fortnite, it's very easy to. Fortnite makes it in a way where you don't really need much clout to compete in their competitive events. Like literally anyone can qualify. So if you're good enough, like you're gonna make it. Like even like you're gonna make it big if you're good enough. Like it doesn't
yeah, that's
require
the thing.
anything else.
I like how open Fortnite is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to be signed to a pro team. Like, look at Nick A30. He's not signed to a pro team, but he's probably one of the best Fortnite players to ever live, you know? People like him really got big off this game, and that's why I think we could do something with this game. And
There's such a big audience too compared to other games. Like how many
yeah,
people know of Fortnite or watch Fortnite is like ridiculous compared to like even like a Call of Duty.
hmm
I guess favorite games ever, like of all time. What are your favorite games that you've ever played?
Ooh, all right. This one is actually a very tough. Very tough. First of all, I gotta go with Star Wars Battlefront. That was a game that started me. It was on the PlayStation 2. I remember playing all the maps as Wookiees and whatnot. That was really what defined me. And then, ooh, that's tough. I remember growing up playing the racing games, like Need for Speed. I loved those games. I have all of them. The Halos, Halo Reach especially. Halo Reach was the one where me and my older brother put countless of hours, and he was actually really good at that as well. He won some pretty big tournaments on that. What else do we got? Assassin's Creed. I
Mm-hmm.
love Assassin's Creed. It's one of the best games I think that's ever created because it's so relaxing. You don't have to have friends on. You can just play that by yourself. Um, Call of Duty especially because I remember watching the old. I don't even know if you guys like the old phase when they were just Call of Duty trick shotters. I remember watching FaZe
Like
Rod.
Apex, Blaziken,
Yeah.
Rain.
I remember watching those, and I remember trying to get cool trick shots
Yeah.
on Black Ops 2 and stuff. So I'd say those are probably some of my most favorite games, and obviously, like I got to give it to Lego Star Wars. I don't know if you've ever played that, Sloth, but I loved that game. That's such a unique game. It's
I've
so
not ever
funny.
played that now.
Um, and also on the Xbox, I played Forzas. I have all of the Forzas. I love that. Um, Destiny, I have the disc. I'm looking at it in my room right now. I liked it, but I don't know. I guess I was too busy playing Black Ops 3, um, and not playing Destiny like uh, Brett is. Or Sloth, my bad.
Nah, you're good.
What's your favorite game, Sloth?
I would say for me, it would my favorite game series would probably have to be the Halos, just because I feel like if you're a gamer, there's like you've played a Halo before. Like I don't either you've played a Halo or a Call of Duty. Um, but my favorite actual game ever was has got to be Destiny. I mean, I don't know what I liked about it so much because like looking at it, it's not that great of a game. Like there's a lot of in-app purchases and locked behind like DLCs and stuff. But it was
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. And then
Mm-hmm.
obviously Assassin's Creed um, is probably one of my favorite solo games like that you don't play with
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
But yeah, that's about
So
it.
let's talk. Was the Xbox 360 the first system you've ever had?
I actually played some games on the PS2. I remember playing
Okay.
Sly Cooper was one of the games I really liked on the PS2.
Because I actually have an original Xbox, and I remember playing like some crazy games on that. I don't know if you guys have even heard of some of these games.
Weird
First of all, I have
flex,
Halo
but
1
okay.
and 2 on that. That's where I started picking up the Halos, because my brother wasn't playing on the original Xbox. He was on the Xbox 360 around that time, because Xbox One hadn't came out. So he was playing
I've
like
actually
Halo
never played
Reach,
Halo 1.
Halo Wars. I have 2 copies of it, actually, I think.
I've played Halo 2, and then all the ones on from that.
But then I don't know if you've even heard of like Tony Hawk's The Simpsons Road Rage. That was my
Tony
child. I
Hawk's, yeah.
loved those games, but they weren't even like. I guess they wouldn't even be classified as games
I
now,
actually
because like
have
games.
played on the original Xbox though. One of my cousins had it, and I used to go. I remember playing Tony Hawk actually on it.
Yeah, that was a really fun game.
Yeah.
And then on the PlayStation 2, going back to that, I also played this game called Crash Bandicoot, and I loved it. It was like this
Ooh, yeah, the
little
orange
fox
guy, right?
dude, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, I know
and
what you're talking
I
about.
love that game. That defines my childhood as well. But like you said, the Halo series, I would have to say either the Halo series or the Call of Duty series. If you're a gamer and you
Yeah,
haven't played these games, you're not a gamer.
I
Like
would say you
you
either
have
took
to.
off competitively on Halo or Call of Duty. Like if you're actually a gamer.
Yeah, me too. If you're, or
I
unless
would
you're
say
young, Fortnite.
Halo is such a good game. I think that esports would not be a thing if not for Halo 3.
Yeah, me too. Or
Like
even Halo Reach, dude. I think
Halo
Halo Reach
Reach,
might be
I
my
never really
favorite.
played like competitive Halo Reach, like PvP wise.
Really.
Mm-mm. I remember I played
Yeah.
some. I think when I started to do PvP was not until like Halo 4.
Okay.
Like I just did the stories pretty much up until then.
And then I also have all the Battlefields. I'm looking at Battlefield 3 right now. I have
Yeah, I
that. I
think
love that
Battlefield
game.
4 was the first Battlefield I played. I wasn't big into Battlefield, and I didn't really
Yeah,
like
I don't
it.
really care for it either. I don't like how the animations are.
I think the last
And
Battlefield I bought was Battlefield Hardline on the Xbox One, and I didn't like it. It was too GTA-ish for me. Like it kind of seemed
ooh,
like a
that's
rip
another
off
great game I
GTA.
love, dude. GTA. I have that on the PlayStation 2. I have the first one all the way up to GTA 5. I
Hmm.
love that game. That GTA 6 is also going to be a great game. Once they finally say something about that.
Yeah, I don't know about when they're gonna announce that. What are your opinions on the Doctor Disrespect situation?
On the Doctor Disrespect situation. I actually don't even watch Doctor Disrespect. So why don't you explain the situation to me? I don't.
So he did his first. I don't watch him either, but it's like it blew up on Twitter. He apparently was doing his first ever IRL vlog, like a vlogging live stream,
Mm-hmm.
and he was at E3, and he went into the bathroom, and his cameraman followed him, and then he told him to like get out, but then the cameraman followed a different guy back in and was like he recorded some like 9-year-old like going to the bathroom like live on stream,
Really?
and Twitch banned him. So
Okay.
he's banned at the moment.
Dang. Really? I actually haven't heard anything about that, but
Seriously?
from what you just said to me, my opinion. Well, I'm not really Twitter based. I'm more of an Instagram kind of guy. So,
Mm-hmm. No, I
but
got it.
to answer your question, I think Twitch is wrong for this. I don't think Dr. Disrespect should be banned. I think they should, maybe talk to Disrespect, ask him who his cameraman is, and maybe like fine him or even put him in. I don't
Well,
know. I don't think.
it's California law, which is where it happened, that you cannot record inside of a bathroom. So people are wondering whether it's just violating Twitch TOS and it's just going to be like a temporary ban, or whether there's going to be like
I
legal
think the
issues.
cameraman should maybe, if it's against the law, he should probably go to jail. I don't think Disrespect should be. If he didn't tell the cameraman to go in, or see, I think they should be questioned like properly, not just assumptions thrown in the air. saying it was on purpose or anything.
Right. A lot of
To be
streamers
honest with
like
you.
Tapman, Courage. You know Nade Shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all saying like apparently like they believe that he didn't have like any like ill intentions, like it was just like a mistake. It was his first time ever doing it, so
Yeah, I think they should probably have a proper discussion about that. I don't think that's right.
FaZe versus Tfue, who you with? Surely you've heard about
Okay,
this situation.
yeah, I've done quite a bit of research on this situation, and I'm gonna have to stick with the FaZe side. I love
Really?
Tfue, don't get me wrong, but I don't think FaZe didn't even really ask for anything in the and I think Tfue honestly kind of just wanted attention for it. But the points he made were wrong, like saying FaZe forced him to drink underage and forced him to do all this crazy stuff. But he was doing that before he even joined FaZe. That's my question. Like,
Yeah, I
okay,
think
your
that
brother, Jug Squad, is known on YouTube for being this crazy maniac. He has so many subscribers for being such a crazy, jumping off bridges and doing crazy stuff.
right.
You've done
So
that way before you joined FaZe.
when Tfue brought up the point of him being pressured to like do that backflip off like that bridge, like he's been doing that for years, like 5 years now. Like
yeah. If you watch his brother's YouTube channel, they've always been doing crazy stuff together. Like almost drowning in a pool.
That's how he started on YouTube, is like pranks and just insane stuff. Do you?
And
Sorry, go ahead.
FaZe didn't even really ask for anything in that. Literally, I think they took what $60,000 from him in a year, and he's made. Don't even ask me. He's made so much money off
I think
of.
one of the big things that's like was upsetting is they're taking like 50% of his creator code, which is like $1 million a month.
Yeah, but look how much more he's making than a creator code.
Right. No, definitely. Also, do you blame Tfue for High Sky's ban on Twitch?
Oh, I didn't even think about it that way. Now that you say that, I can kind of see something, something happening there. Because obviously Tfue was mad at FaZe and he wanted to get FaZe in trouble any way he could.
Right. No, definitely. It's just whether or not was he in the wrong for ruining High Sky's career, or was he in the right for trying to get him and High Sky out of like a potentially bad contract? I'd say is kind of the way to look at it.
I'm gonna have to say he's wrong again. I don't think you should mess with another person's career, whether you're trying to help them or not. Let them do them. I know High Sky's young and he doesn't have much experience in that field, but like, come on, it's not your.
One of the other things was that FaZe Blaziken.
Yeah.
He had previously, when High Sky was 11, slipped up on stream and said High Sky was 11, but then they kind of shook it off. Do you think that?
Okay.
Blaziken
How do you not know High Sky's 11 though? I'm pretty sure his voice is higher than like a dolphin. Like really, right. I'm not even trying to be funny. You can't expect that
to be 13.
What is it?
I think most people pretty much already knew anyway. So was it required that you
like look at Skeptic? I'm pretty sure he's young.
I think he says he's 13, but I don't know if he's actually.
Well, okay, Brett, let's debate about this. Controller versus PC. What do you think has a bigger, what am I trying to say here? What do you think is, okay, you know I play on controller and you play on PC.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think, and I don't play with the Scuff, I don't play Claw or anything.
Yeah, just basic normal PS4 controller versus PC.
How do you feel about people like saying controller players with aim assist? Do you agree with the PC players saying aim assist is way too
I think
OP?
that if you are a PC Fortnite player and you think that aim assist is OP, you're an idiot. Like, sure, the aim assist gives a huge advantage in like an SMG fight or something like that, but like just the building alone on PC is so much easier that it kind of just completely outweighs it. I think that
me too.
it's in
Okay,
a
go
game
ahead.
like Fortnite, I feel like it's kind of tough to balance out cross-platform play. With obviously the building on PC. I think that aim assist plus a scuff is slightly at an advantage personally, but I mean, I don't really know.
The way I see it, you're on PC, you have a whole keyboard in front of you and a mouse with more buttons on it. How many buttons do you say you have on those two devices, Brett?
Well,
that can function
on your keyboard. I would say pretty much if you know how to envision it, you only really have till Y for most people's hands. You're not going to be using like U, J, M, K, I, O, P, L. So it's pretty much like just a quarter of the keyboard that you actually have, but still, even with that, I think that obviously you're at an advantage in Fortnite. I'd say in a game like Call of Duty, I personally think that console has the advantage because of aim assist and there's no building or anything like that.
Yeah, I could see that. But on this, I think it's much easier to aim on PC because your mouse, you can put it exactly where you want. When you have a controller, like I have it in my hands, you're aiming on two tiny little joysticks that, like, I think it's completely, because you're not, like, if you aimed wherever you're pointing the controller, that's like what it would be like on mouse, for example. But we're using these two joysticks, it's completely different. Like, you know, we're going down on a joystick to go down, but like you get to move your wrist wherever you want to aim. That's the thing. I think PC has an advantage because they can be way more quicker.
I would say that PC, well, I would say after playing console yesterday, I would say that personally aiming long range fights with like an AR, I would say that a controller is better. I would honestly say that it was easier for me to hit shots with a controller than with a PC. But I'm not very good at PC, so maybe if you get really good with a mouse, maybe it's different.
Yeah.
Also, I'd say that sniping, it's very hard on console.
Yes,
what I experienced, just because every little twitch with the joystick just moves the scope so much compared to PC. PC, you can move it like a millimeter, but with console, you have to move it quite a bit.
Yes, yeah, I agree with you. And then I have to say, building and editing on PC, if you're on PC and you're making excuses about console having two paddles on the back, I think you should check yourself because
I mean, we have two buttons on our mouse, so it's pretty much the same.
Sometimes you could even have more.
I've the only types of mice I've seen with more than two buttons are MOBA mouses that have like the 16 little buttons for like spell casting. I don't think anyone uses those in shooting games.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I think you should definitely check yourself because you're thinking you're like a whole spider. You got 5 fingers on one hand, and then you're moving your mouse with the other. When you're using a scuff controller, you're really only using you're using about 8 fingers, compared to on a PC you use probably 5 on this hand, and I don't think you should be making excuses because you have so much more, than what we have, I think.
I would personally say the biggest advantage that PC players have is editing.
Yes, me too.
I've noticed just from playing console that I can build okay, but editing is the hardest thing I'd say on console. Even with the editing aim assist, I would still say that it's very, very hard. Yeah, especially having to hold circle. I would say that them adding the custom bindings definitely evened it out a little bit more, but still not even
helped
that
a lot.
close.
I'd say that really gave us a bigger advantage. I know quite a bit of people are mad at that. Saying you should only be able to use Build Up Pro. If you're mad about that, I'd like to see you hold circle to edit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst nightmare. No one wants to do that. Um,
Do you know how long we've been recording for?
I'd say we're pretty close. Well, probably about 45 minutes.
All right, I kind of want to try to make this an hour.
Okay. So,
I guess we
I'm gonna
can
do this.
talk about what we're kind of looking for in recruits and how we're gonna kind of do the recruiting
Okay,
process.
yeah, for sure. So I'll tell them the recruiting process, and you can tell them who we're looking for.
Go for it.
Okay, so the recruiting process, we're gonna try and make it as how do I say this? We want to make it as high end as we can, being this young, I guess.
But also being simple.
Yeah, we want to be
Simple.
simple. We want to be typical. We
Very
want to,
very
but we don't.
straightforward to the recruits. Nothing confusing about
But
it.
we still want to take it from a business standpoint. We don't want
Business
to take any
standpoint,
cheap
absolutely.
shortcuts or anything. So pretty much what we're gonna do if we're interested in you, first of all, will be if you're interested, you'll email our business email or DM us on any of our platforms. We'll typically respond within 12 hours, hopefully.
I'm gonna be the email. I will be responding to emails.
Yeah, so Sloth will be emails, I'll be DMs, Xylis will
Yep.
be DMs. But anyways, if we realize that we're interested, first things first, we're going to ask for a little montage to see what you got, see your playstyle, and we're going to take it in, maybe a couple days. We're going to watch it, really study it, and then we'll get back to you, tell you what we think about it, and then if we like that, we're going to then take it to step 2 and offer you a tryout. Now in the tryout, we're going to go into creative, do some 1v1s.
Maybe some zone wars.
Sloth's on PC, Xylis is on controller, so obviously you get both tastes.
Because we are going to be playing cross-platform.
Yeah, cross-platform.
Yeah. You need to be able to fight against both.
Yeah. So we're going to take you in, do some 1v1s, maybe some zone wars. And then if we like you there, we're going to invite you back for step 3, which is going to be squad matches. Or personal duo matches, depending on if we're not available or not.
Yep.
One of us for sure will be there though.
Yep.
And we'll be playing either duo or squad.
We're gonna can I interrupt real fast? We're gonna be talking.
Yes.
So like let's say you end up just doing duos with Xylis. He's gonna be still contacting me about like what you're doing and stuff.
Yes.
With the squad matches though, I think it's important to mention like don't be like stressed out. Like just play how you normally play, because that's how we want you to be. Like just relax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And so in the squad matches, I know Sloth is supposed to be talking about what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to say one point of what we're looking for, and that's good communication. I mean, we don't have to win every game. It'd be nice, but we really just want like good communication and a solid player. So we'll take you through those squad matches, see what you got, maybe, go through some different situations, see what you can handle. And then after that, if we realize you're a good fit for the team, Sloth is going to type out your contract. It'll have all our rules, all like what you have to do. I guess that's rules. And really just all the
rules and requirements
stuff you need to know. Yeah, requirements. All the stuff you need to know about our team. And if we'll send that to you via email. And if you feel you're a good fit, we already have thought you're a good fit. If you got that, then you can digital sign it, and send it back to us, and you'll be a part of the team. So now Sloth's going to take you over what we're kind of looking for in a player.
Yeah, so before I go into that, you were talking about playing matches with them and different situations. And I think what that kind of means is we're going to play some matches kind of like a scrim, like farm up most of it, see how you play in game.
Yep.
And also play some matches aggressive, pushing everyone, see how you can play like that. And also I'd say you can kind of tell us like what your play style is, how you want to play, and we can kind of go off of that. Obviously I'm going to move into like what we want now. We want people that kind of match our play styles. I think that means Xylis are a good fit because I'm more a close range and he's a long range. It kind of goes together well. So if we could get kind of for the squad, the first team one of Team Tickle, we could get one more guy who's good at kind of staying back, hitting shots, sniping, and one more guy who's good at building close range fights. That would be definitely really good. We want someone who, obviously, like you said, lots of communication. You don't have to be the greatest player. Obviously, we're just typical players. Like, we're not great. We're not pros. So you don't have to be a pro player, but you still have to be good. I think we're setting our KD requirement like 1 KD, 1.5 KD for the current season.
I thought we said 1.5.
1.5, yeah. 1.5.
Yeah. 1.5 to 2. 2 would be like perfect. 1.5 we'd still take into consideration.
Yeah, for sure. We take console and PC. Obviously, we're cross-platform. We need people that are like reliable to show up to. We're going to be having practice sessions, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and also,
and I actually kind of wanted to talk about that. If just wrap up what you're saying about what we need, and then I'll.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. So obviously you need to be able to make those, and also you have to be okay with competing, for money. Because so what we'll do is we'll pay the entry fee, but you have to pay it back plus 10% of your winnings. He'll go over that in just a minute. But also we're looking for content creators. So if you're a competitive player and haven't started making content, we'd like you to be regularly making content on either Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, and also be active on social medias like Instagram and Twitter are the two main ones. We'd like you to be active in our Discord server. It's not a requirement at the moment, but we'd like that. So you can say whatever you want to say.
Okay, so Sloth did mention that we will be having team practices, and yeah, that's true. So pretty much, I don't know how often we'll do it. We'll have to, once we get the team started, discuss with everyone. But I'm thinking maybe a couple times a week, going to creative just to refresh, and you can get better off of playing, your teammates, because it'll always be there for you.
You can do 2v2 zone wars type of stuff, just practice sessions.
Yeah, scrim type of stuff, without getting into an actual game. And so we'll do this maybe like twice a week, I'm thinking. But what he said you need to be reliable is we need to at least a couple hours before, if you won't be able to make it, tell us, because like we're not gonna get in a lobby and then ready up and then you're like, oh shoot, I gotta go. I know I do this a lot. You can ask Sloth, but like now I'm gonna be persistent upon this, and so we definitely need to know a heads up that you're not gonna be there, so we can adjust.
And it's okay if you miss every now and then. I mean, people have lives.
Yeah. So that's rule number 1. And then he also mentioned something about like a tournament type situation. So yeah, pretty much what we're gonna do is we will be paying all the fees for the team to be into a tournament. We want everyone to be in the same tournament.
Whether that's solo, duos, or squads.
Yeah, solo, duos, or squads.
Or trios, if they add that ever.
We're not going to get you guys into every single tournament and just, but what we're asking back is, or what we're asking for is we will pay every tournament fee for you. The only thing we're asking in return is that tournament fee paid back plus 10% of your earnings. So I know it sounds like a lot, but let me just explain to you what would happen. So say the tournament fee is $5, you end up taking second place and winning $20. We'd want that $5 back plus 10%, which is $2. We take 7, you get that 13. That's still like a lot of money that like if you rack up, especially an amateur esports team, like that's quite a bit. And
okay, here, I'll try to put this into explanation. So if we enter a tournament with a $5 entry fee and winner takes $20, we will be taking $7 total dollars, 10% of 20, which is $2, and then 5 entry fee dollars. So $7 total, and then you have the rest of the money is yours.
Yes, that's perfect. And I know it sounds like a lot, but really in the long run, like say 2 tournaments, for example, we're getting 14, you're getting 26, and it just keeps going up from there.
Yeah, no, you're definitely going to be profiting more than us. Our goal here is to kind of profit for the streamers first and us second.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, content regularly. I think the quota we're going to be doing is just like, if you're a streamer, like 3 times a week, a YouTuber twice a week, maybe.
Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that sounds great to me. So pretty much what he means by quota is we expect you to make some type of content. He said 3 times a week for a streamer, 2 times for a YouTuber. So like a YouTuber would mean like 2 videos a week. That's really not that much. I mean,
no,
it's really not that much. 3
and also we can
week,
promise you that if you're getting promoted from us and consistently uploading content, you are going to grow. You're going to grow fast.
Yes, indeed. And we would like, I mean, we don't want, around here we're typical, but we don't want cheap. So we don't want you to only stream for about 30 minutes and say,
yeah, no,
that's one of my streams for the week. No, we want like
here,
at least a 2 hour,
streaming,
maybe 3 hour
we'll do
stream.
hourly quotas, like 6 hours of streaming a week.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
6 hours of streaming a week, two 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos.
And they can be like vlogs, they can be montages.
With effort put into them. They
can be podcasts like this for all I care, as long as you're putting something out there for our viewers.
And also, we're going to be inviting guests onto the podcast from now on, hopefully. So I don't know when we're going to get our first guests, but...
And one of our biggest rules, guys, is we are a family-friendly team. Yep. I know it's tough for me to say that, and I'm still the hyper one, but please don't, like, because we're trying to attract not a super young audience, but like an audience that
obviously we're young, so our audience is going to be younger.
Yeah. So, but like, don't get me wrong, I'm still hyper, but like I'm trying to, cut down on the
a little bit of cussing is fine. It's whatever. Just none of like the big words, like especially no racist words, no racism.
And also, we want clips. Like, so say you get in, we're gonna
submit clips, post them, add us, tag us.
Ask for tag us. We have a running Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page. We have our own YouTube. So yeah, we want to promote you guys. We definitely want to promote you as much as possible. Level.
Get you guys growing. Get us growing.
So I think that's pretty much all
all the time we have for today.
An hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think this was a good introductory
pretty much team typical
podcast.
Huh?
I think this was a pretty good first podcast. Covered
a
good amount of stuff.
Very good. We talked quite a bit of points. Yeah. Did you end it? Did you end it?
Are we done?
Do you want to be done?
Yeah, sure. All right. Peace out.
Do you want to have an outro?
I don't really know what the outro would be. I can always edit an outro in.
Okay, for sure.
All right. See you guys.